Hello, I'm Bethany from Bethany Wellness. Join me for this Feel the Love yoga class. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Feel the Love yoga class. Do you ever find that you have this inner critic that just kind of wears you down or tells you you're not worth it or tells you you don't matter or that you aren't loved? Well, this class will hopefully ditch the inner critic and just surround ourselves with love and nurturing and kindness and compassion. So a lot of items today for support. Maybe a small pillow, mine says love on it today, a big bolster or two like queen size pillows, and then 2 blocks and a blanket. So go on a little hunt to get all your items and then we will begin. So starting by just laying on the stack of pillows or on the bolster. So just connecting your low back first, making sure you have your goodies within reach. Just come to lying down on your bolster or on your stack of pillows. Maybe place an extra support under your head. Sometimes that feels nice. And you can choose here to have the legs bent with the feet connected, or you can choose to stretch them out. So just explore here. Just decide what feels comfortable. I'm going to choose knees bent today. And if you have your knees bent, you can also widen the feet and maybe connect the knees in towards each other, kind of tripod your knees. And let's place right hand to belly and left hand to heart center. Feel free to close your eyes. Just begin to connect with some nice full breaths. Think of this as a nurturing practice for your mind, your body, your spirit. Meeting yourself with love and kindness and compassion today. For it's when we have love and compassion for ourselves that we're more able to extend that fully to others. So think about each inhale drawing in love for yourself, drawing in kind thoughts, kind self-talk, the dialogue or the monologue, I should say, that goes on in our mind. Just think about drawing in love and kindness for all of that with each inhale. And with each exhale, letting go of negative thoughts, letting go of critical thoughts, letting go of anything that interferes with you being in this nurturing practice today. Taking a couple more nice, full and deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your nose, or in through your nose, out through your mouth. And inhale, reach your arms up high, connecting palms overhead. Just gaze up to the fingers here. On your next inhale, draw the arms out, maybe towards T position, but they're not going to relax on the ground. They're just kind of out, hovering over the ground. Then exhale, give yourself a hug, connecting your elbows. One elbow's on top of the other. Maybe just wrapping your hands behind your shoulder blades here. Then inhale, open the arms back open to a T, and then hug yourself with the opposite connection. So the other elbow comes on top this time, giving yourself a little gentle squeeze, a little loving hug. Sometimes we just need more hugs in our day. Good. Then inhale, bring the arms out to a T. Then reach the arms back up, connecting palms overhead, and then connect your palms at heart center. Close your eyes for a brief moment as I read this poem to you written by Miss Moam. Speak kindly to your inner self. Don't take the demon's view. You are you, and no one else will lead the life you do. Kill your inner critic and silence all its chatter. Then write this truth inside your brain. I'm worth it and I matter. So, with hands connected here, think about that. You are worth it. You matter. You are loved. Thinking about how God made you to be who you are. And God doesn't make mistakes. Everything He makes is in His image for His purpose. And inhale, reach the arms back up, connecting palms. Then bring them down by your sides and slowly roll to one side to help yourself up. And you can remove your bolster or your pillows at this time. You may wish to save them for towards the end of our practice. We'll probably be recruiting those again. Now let's connect here to a seated pose. You may wish to have a blanket just to sit a little more upright. I like to roll mine a little bit and sit towards the front of it. It just helps my spine feel a little more lengthened. And then you can have a more nurturing, more gentle seated pose here by placing blocks underneath your thighs. If you don't like that, you can just sit however's comfortable in your seated pose. And then resting hands down, taking a few breaths, maybe closing your eyes or gazing down. Connect hands at heart center, drawing attention inward. I matter, and I'm worth it. And I am loved. And inhale, reach the arms high, gazing up towards fingers. Trace the breath down, rotating palms down. Take your gaze towards the fingers all the way down to the waist. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise arms up, reaching high, extended mountain. Gazing up, then rotate palms down as you trace your breath from forehead to waist. And one more time. Inhale, rise arms up. Exhale, trace breath down. Good. And just cross your left arm over across your body, holding with the right hand on the back of your tricep or into the shoulder there. So a little bit of a squeezing hug here, but with just one arm, and feeling a nice stretch through our shoulder. Connecting to breath, feeling in this present moment a sense of love, a sense of peace, a sense of compassion and kindness towards yourself. Good, then switch sides. You can just kind of give your arms a little shimmy first before you switch sides. Hugging the right arm in this time. Staying with your breath. Your breath is your guide and your anchor into the present moment. It also helps us clear those negative thoughts and clear those self-defeating thoughts or the critical thoughts. So just exhaling that, all of that, let it go. Good. Release. Give your arms a little shimmy, a little shake. And inhale, arms high. Connect the palms overhead. Then draw them to heart center and gaze down. Drawing in this nurturing practice for your mind, your body, your spirit. Feeling that love, feeling that sense of self-care and self-worth. I am worth it. I matter. I am loved. And inhale, both arms high. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Good. Now let's connect into tabletop. If you have tender knees, you can use a blanket underneath the knees. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, let the belly release down. Take your gaze forward or up. Cow pose. Exhale as you tuck and round into cat pose. Press through palms, gaze back towards thighs, round through the spine. Go at your own pace as you connect your breath to your movement. Flowing between cow and cat. Feeling that sense of flow can draw us into this moment. Feeling that nurturing waking up of the neck, the shoulders, the back. One more cow, one more cat. And sink hips back, child's pose. You can have your knees together or drawn wide. Bring your forehead to rest on a block or on the mat. Arms can be actively reaching overhead, or perhaps you'd like to soften them in a little bit and just have a more soft reach. Letting go here, so feeling anything drain out of your forehead that does not benefit you. Letting go of that inner critic. Those thoughts, those negative thoughts, those critical thoughts do not serve you and they are not from God. Inhaling, drawing in love and kindness towards yourself, compassion. You are worth it and you matter and you are loved. Inhale, rise up, coming into table. Curl the toes, then sink your hips back a little bit. Just feel a nice stretch through the feet, through the heels. You can also take another variation here. If you'd like, you can begin to lift the knees up and take a low squat at the back of your mat. If you're choosing this variation, sometimes it's nice to kind of hug in, curling in, and you can even wrap your hands around the shins if you'd like. Giving yourself that hug, that loving gesture. A hug is one of the most loving things it can be, right? We're embracing ourselves, or of course embracing others when we hug others. Then plant your fingertips down. Exhale, lift the hips high, forward fold. You can widen your feet here. You can bend the knees a little more. Give your head a nod, yes and no. Nice deep breath in and out your mouth. A little sigh. Inhale to a halfway lift. Draw your hands to your shins. Draw the shoulder blades together, creating a number 7. Arms come out to a T. Slowly rise up. Arms rise at the very end into extended mountain. Then connect palms together at heart center. Good. Then release arms down by your sides for mountain pose. Play around with your feet a little bit, lifting the toes up, placing them back down. Even pressure through the right and left feet, the foundation in your mountain. Then inhale, rise arms up. Connect the palms again, releasing those palms down to heart center. Good. Then release arms down by sides. Then bring the arms high, interlace fingers, press the palms away and come into palm tree pose. Lift out of your heels. So lifting up, you can do one heel at a time if you're still working on stabilizing yourself or working on your balance. You also don't have to lift the heels up very much. It can just be a very subtle lifting up for your pose today. Then exhale to chair. Sit down in a chair pose. Having this attitude of, I can do this. I am capable. I am strong. That's a way that we can love ourselves through positive self-talk. I'm still working on that one. Then connect the hands at heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Soften down and release. Give your head a little nod. Inhale to a halfway lift. Draw the hands up to your shins. Shoulder blades come together. Bring the arms out to a T. Rise up with a nice flat back. Arms come up very last. Connect the palms at heart center. Drawing that love in. Saying positive things. I matter. I am worth it. I am loved. Then release the arms down. Give them a little shimmy, a little shake. Preparing for a balancing pose. I'm going to turn towards you. So first we begin, there's lots of variations for this pose. First we begin by hugging our arms. There's a lot of hugging today. So wrapping the right elbow under the left and then coiling the forearms together. And you'll notice palms sometimes touch, sometimes they don't. Sometimes a palm is touching the wrist or the forearm, and that's okay. So just coiling the arms, right elbow under left, and then maybe just soften the knees a little bit here so that you're feeling a little more rooted down through your feet, and then drawing the elbows up. Just a little bit. They're just drawing up towards shoulder height. And then you can choose to stay right here for your eagle pose. This is called eagle pose. Or if you'd like to take the next part of the pose, you can cross the left or the right knee over the left knee, coiling the knees together. And then you can use your foot as a little kickstand, a little support. And you're bending the knees more here as you're coiling those legs together. Final option would be coiling the foot around the other leg and squatting lower into your eagle pose. Feel that hugging in. Feel that squeezing in of the legs and the arms. Couple more breaths. Slowly begin to uncoil the arms and the legs. Unwrapping that big squeeze, and then shake it out. Do some bear swings. Nice breath in and a sigh, letting it go. Now switching sides in that same pose. This time we're wrapping the other elbow underneath. So the left elbow wraps under the right, and it may connect differently on this side. Soften the knees so that you feel stable through your feet. Draw the elbows up towards shoulder height. Stay right here if you'd like. Or you can coil the left leg over the right leg. And then you can use that foot as a kickstand first. Decide how you're feeling. Squeezing the legs together, squeezing the arms. Final option, cross or bringing that foot back behind the other leg, kind of around the calf muscle. Holding here. Staying with breath. One more breath. Slowly uncoil the legs and the arms. Shake it all out. Bear swings, a nice release. In through your nose and a sigh. Letting go. Good. And come to sitting down. Slowly take your time in your transitions and then connect the feet in front of you for our butterfly pose. You can give your feet a little love here, of course. We're giving ourselves a lot of hugs. We might as well also give our feet a little attention. And then just maybe find any sore spots. Do a little massage through the arches, through the balls of your feet, into the heels. You can even kind of curl in a little bit here. Sometimes it's nice to just do a little forward fold in your butterfly pose. Good. And then slowly come to lying down. Hug your knees in. So giving your knees a nice hug. You can choose to widen the knees. Let's do a little bit of circles with our feet. Point and flex the toes. Go around in circles. Choose if you'd like to widen the knees even more. Rock a little bit from side to side. Just feel exploring here what's going to feel comfortable, what feels nice, what feels nurturing. Good. And then bring the feet down, preparing for spinal twist. You can bring your arms out to a T. Palms are down at shoulder height. If you like a deep twist, have the feet and the knees closer together. A more gentle twist would be having the knees and the feet drawn wide. Inhale first, then let the legs fall to the left for your spinal twist. You can gaze up or to the right. Inhale, legs back to center. Slowly let them release to the right. Gaze is up or to the left. Inhale back to center. Hug those knees in one final time. Good. Then release down for final surrender. Feel free to use any of those props that we used at the beginning. Always feels nice to have a little extra cushioning, maybe underneath your head or underneath your legs. Just connect here to this nurturing pose of just being unplugged. Maybe close your eyes, maybe rest your hands on your belly. Taking some nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And as we end our practice, I want you to say your name and say, I love you before you say your name. So just say that to yourself. How often do you say that to yourself? Take it up another notch. Say it to yourself in front of a mirror. That feels a little silly at first, but it really is powerful. So just end your practice today with an I love you. And connect to your breath as I read our poem to close out our class. Speak kindly to your inner self. Don't take your demon's view. You are you, and no one else will lead the life you do. Kill your inner critic and silence all the chatter. Then write this truth inside your brain. I'm worth it, and I matter. So you are worth it, you matter, you are loved. Let this settle into your mind, your body, your spirit. And let your body sink down into the mat, releasing, melting down, letting all the muscles in your face be soft, letting your torso release down, letting your arms be heavy, legs filled with relaxation moving down through your feet to the tips of your toes. Feeling more relaxed with each breath, feeling a sense of peace and calm and love wash over you. Final surrender, Shavasana. And slowly bring your awareness back, wiggling your fingers, your toes, taking your time as you roll to one side and just spend a breath or two on your side. And then slowly help yourself up to a seated position. I thank you so much for joining me today for this yoga class. I hope you do feel a sense of peace and calm and love after this practice. We'll end with Namaste. The teacher in me honors the teacher in you. Namaste. Be well.